Minnesota, so this is my home state.
Okay.
And I live like 100 miles away from here, so I got up at 4:30 this morning and drove on up here. Luckily there was no traffic, so that helped. And I was excited to see who else from our nation would show up, to see who the competition is in our nation, because I check online because I race for the St. Cloud River Runners. It's a team race here in Minnesota, and I'm doing pretty well in my state, so I wanted to take it up a notch and see how I would compete in my level in the nation. And sad to say, there weren't a lot of people from the other states doing this race, so it still was a great race. I still ran my hardest because then I just competed against myself, tried for a personal PR if I could. I was about 40 seconds off of that, but that's okay.
Is it the first time you're taking part in this competition?
Yes, it is. I didn't know about them, and I've been 50.
How did you qualify? Did you take part in a qualifier before?
Yes, last July in Minnesota, here in the cities by the airport at Snelling Park. They had a 10K for just the state people in our age group to race, and then I finished second in the 10K in our state. And then we had a 5K, and I finished second in the 5K, also by 1 second.
Did you used to be a professional runner or not?
This is funny. I've only been running for 10 years. My first marathon was in 2005. I did Grandma's Marathon up in Duluth, Minnesota. And now I've done 25 marathons since then. And I've done Boston twice. And that's a great race. I think I'm going to do it again this spring because people in my running club, more members are qualifying for it. And when we have some special people in our group qualify, we make it a group run.
So how often do you train? Every day? And
because I'm so old,
run weekly?
Because I'm so old, I can only run 3 days a week. I've learned that if I run more than 3 days a week, I get injured. So what I do on the off days is I do a lot of strength training. I lift weights a lot. I do deadlifts, and I do squats, and I do lunges, and I do upper body, and a lot of core. And then I do some biking and some elliptical. So pretty much work the whole body on the off days, and one day I will rest.
And do you run in winter?
On the treadmill. It has to be 20 degrees or higher for me to go outside, mainly because of the ice. I don't want to risk slipping and ripping a hamstring or going down and breaking a bone. So I can do a 20 on a treadmill, no problem.
What are the plans, future plans for this summer?
Now, I'll race Monday, the 5K, and then our team race for our St. Cloud River Runners has a 1 mile on Wednesday, so I'll be back down here on Wednesday for the 1 mile. And then we have a 15K in August, we have a half marathon in September, and then I qualified for the Masters Championship for USATF. Twin Cities Marathon is hosting it this year. So they comped my entry and they're paying